What up guys, this is Mo, and today we'll be going back to the Phantasya mini-series for project creation. Where we left off last time, we got a map that's functional, background and stuff, as well as we set two events on the map to serve as force fields that will block us from moving forward in the map. Once we touch it, we'll be pushed back with a visual effect, take damage, and eventually be killed and the game would end. What we'll do this time we'll be making a switch that could disable the door for us so we could pass through. So to start, we'll make a new event. We won't make a switch per se, so we can add stuff to it later, like text boxes and stuff that you guys could see. So for now we'll be making a guard guard the door, the force field, and be able to turn it off for us. We'll use this guy as the guard. It's a unicorn ninja, yeah. Okay, so it has 32/48 pixels and 12 frames. We'll set it to look to the right when it's spawned. So we'll save and play the game to see that it's there. So we see our guy right here, everything worked correctly. It's a little too big for our character, but that doesn't really affect us right now, since we're just using it to demonstrate, not to actually make a game. So once we have the event set up, we'll start adding commands to it to disable the force field. Now, to understand how to disable the force field, and without deleting it, since we want to be able to re-enable it later, we'll go back and look at our current code for the force field. The way we set it up now is that it only operates when the extra 1 stat is set to 2. The animation is only started when it's set to 1. So if we want to disable it, we need to make sure that the extra 1 stat won't be the same as 2, but won't be the same as 1 as well, because that would be counterproductive to the reason we actually changed it last time. What we can do is set the extra 1 stat to 3. If it's set to 3, neither of the conditions is met, and nothing happens when the user touches the force field. So let's try this right now. We'll enter a new command for a variable of stat using the force field's index number as indicator, and set its extra 1 stat to 3, like we just said. We'll save the map and play to check that it works. Again, the unicorn ninja right down there, the guard, will be activated once we press the interaction key. One of the interaction keys that we set in the database. In our case, that will be either X or return. So let's check first that the force field still works. As you can see, it does. And once we talk to the guard and go back, we no longer get it. But we still can't get through. That is because the event is still set to solid, like we set right here. We could set it to be below ours because we don't really need it to be solid, since we get pushed back anyway. But we'll go through with a different method this time to demonstrate a new command. The new command would be under the Move and Graphic Commands tab, and it'll be the Change Solidity command. What this does is it enables you to set the solidity level of an event, just like you can at creation time for any event. So we'll choose the force field's index number and set it to be below ours right now, so that the hero can pass through it. saving and playing would show us the desired result. As you can see right here, we can now pass through the force field and go on. But we don't want the force field to keep moving, right? Because that doesn't make sense graphically. For this, we'll go and learn another new command right now. That'll be the visibility command, right under the moving graphic tab again. What the visibility command does is it enables you to change the visibility level of certain events on your map. You can set it to invisible, visible, or trigger between them, or you can use a custom alpha value that you choose. We'll use this time, this one right this time. Setting it to 0 would cause the event to be completely transparent, whereas 255 would be completely opaque. So we'll use this. We'll go save the map and play. And now we'll see that once we talk to the guard, the force field disappears. And now it also makes sense that we're able to pass through it. Now we want to be able to re-enable the force field when you talk to the guard again, just to show that it's possible. So to do this, we'll go here and add a new condition. We'll use the stats tab again and use event 2's extra 1 stat. We'll say that if it's set to 2, that means the event is still visible. We'll take all this, and that'll mean that it'll only be able to happen once the event, the force field is still enabled. Now, after this is done, the extra 1 stat will be set to 3, so this won't be able to pass anymore. So to make sure that we can re-enable the force field, we'll use another condition that uses the force field's extra 1 stat and only works if it's set to 3, which means that the force field is disabled. In this case, we'll take all the 3 commands for all here and we'll reverse them. We'll edit this one and set the extra 1 stat back to 2. We'll go to the solidity change and set it back to solid, as well as go to the visibility command and set it to 255 to be opaque. So once we have the reverse code up here, we'll be pretty much ready to go, except one thing. Like we mentioned last time, the condition right here will pass if the extra one stat is the same as 3. But the extra 1 stat will be set to 3 right here when this condition ends, so it will always go through right after this, and we don't want that. We want it to only go through once a new interaction is made. We can't take this condition and put it above the other for the same reasons, since extra 1 stat will be set to 2 and this condition needs 2. So what we'll do is use the same command from last time to stop this event. We'll put it under both. Now that we have the 2 stop events, again we should be pretty much ready, except that one other issue that we might run into is how the events will keep happening one after another because the interaction key is pressed for too long. What we could do to avoid this is add a wait command from the etc. Tab in the commands. Set it to, let's say, 1 second should be enough, should be good. And we'll save and play. We do this because then it makes sure that the event can start again for at least 1 more second, so it's not spammed when the user holds the key for too long. So we'll go here, talk to the guard, and the force field will be disabled. Once we go back and talk to it again, you can see re-enabled once again and fully operational. So guys, this would be it for this video, and next time we'll go into message boxes that we can make the guard display. We can make him give you a little quiz to open the door, or we can make him ask for a password for you to give him in order to disable the door. But once again, that will be for next time. So until then, have a nice one.